So this time a year ago, I wanted to launch my new startup, WCore, and I didn't know how to do it because I'm utterly shit at events. Like, I'm happy to speak at other people's events, but you want me to do my event, and I break out in a sweat, and I'm like, no one's going to come. This is going to be a terrible thing. No one's going to come. And I was like, okay, so we'll just, we'll do a launchy thing at some stage. Let's just like do the business, because there I am busy creating the business and working in the business. There's no part I want to think about this. And I get on a call with a podcast guest. I have no idea how she's booked in. I don't know who she is. And we're talking, and she starts to tell me who she is. And she's built this global network of perishable period products. Her name's Celeste Mergens. You should look her up. These insane period products. And they're telling me how she's built this global network from her kitchen and how amazing it is. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, listen, you've built this global network. Please, will you help me? I'm trying to build a global network for workplace infrastructure. And I don't know how to build a global network. I would be so grateful if you would help me. She goes, I would love to help you. Not only does she instantly book a mentoring call with me, but I get a message 2.5 hours later going, I think you should launch this at the United Nations. I'm like, duh, so do I. And here's how you're going to do it. So she emails this woman and says, can we put Geeta on the lineup for as a speaker for the United Nations? And I'm like, it's not going to happen. So I kind of, and she's like, send her your bio. And I'm kind of ignoring it a little bit. And I get a message going, send your bio now. I'm like, oh, I immediately send my bio and then put it out of my mind. Cause like, this doesn't happen, right? Who's going to do this? So from nowhere, I move along. I don't really think about it too much. And then about 3.5 weeks later, we're now February. This is kind of happening in March. I get a message going, here's a draft press release. Please will you check all your information? I'm like, draft press release for what? And I open it up and it's a draft press release for me to speak at the United Nations. And I'm like, it's never going to happen. We're good. It's just a draft press release. It's never going to happen. Like, who does this? I ignore it. I keep moving. And then, I kind of know when the press release is supposed to come out, and I'm like, they'll change it before it happens. And then I'm in the middle of a call and an email pops up on the side, and I'm like, and they let the press release out. And the press release said, I was speaking at the UN about my new business. I had to put my head in between my knees to breathe again. And I don't know. Can you, this is a year later. I was so friggin' traumatized. I did not know what to do with myself. It is so interesting that when you don't look for stuff, how it just comes whacking straight at you, and how you just don't believe this is going to happen. I have the kindness of a woman I've never met before, but who I love dearly and who's part of my organization now. Isn't it amazing?